The Northwestern Railway is home to breathtaking sights. It has towering hills, and ragged cliffs stretched across the landscape, with winding tunnels, scenic valleys, bridges that run across the water, connecting the railway's many wonders, both old and new. Now something truly special was taking shape. The construction of a brand new search and rescue center, the first of its kind on the Fat Controller's Railway. The engines had never heard of such a place before, but they all understood its importance. Around this time, Diesel had returned to the railway to help assist with the building of the new rescue center. Despite Thomas's assurances that Diesel had changed, Duck remained skeptical due to all the trouble that Diesel had caused him previously. I still don't get the point of some fancy rescue center, Diesel grumbled, eyeing the area with disdain. Engines should be able to take care of themselves. Oh, come on, Diesel. Even powerful engines need help sometimes. Steamies are just making a fuss over nothing. What's wrong with the way things are now? His driver just shrugged. Accidents happen, Diesel, and when they do, it's good to have a place ready to help. Diesel just rolled his eyes, muttering to himself as he watched the workers. Well, maybe, if you weren't so focused on causing trouble, you would understand that the harbor is an important part of the railway. Ships come and go through here, you know. Oh, please, Duck, you really think I have time for this nonsense? Ever since I've got here, it's been nothing but endless work and your constant complaining. You know, Diesel, you're not making it easy for anyone to trust you. Trust? I'm just here to do my job, Duck, and frankly, I would rather be anywhere but here right now. Wait, Diesel, wait! Why should I listen to you, Duck? All you've ever done is cause me nothing but misery. Diesel, stop, please! Those tracks are not safe! Like I would believe that. Diesel heard Duck's words, but his pride wouldn't let him admit that he might be wrong. He spotted a junction ahead. If I switch tracks, I can lose him there, he thought. Good luck catching me now, Duck. Wait, that line leads to the unfinished bridge. Then we have to stop him. Meanwhile, Diesel puffed along the tracks, growing more confident. Soon I will prove to the Fat Controller that I'm really useful, he declared. But then, up ahead, he saw it, the unfinished bridge. Diesel's confidence turned to panic. His wheels screeched as he tried to stop, but it was too late. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Grease and oil. Moments later, Duck arrived at the scene. Oh my, we're gonna need the breakdown crane. Not long after, Edward arrived with the breakdown crane. But as he puffed up, a familiar figure stepped out of his cab. The Fat Controller, his face was stern. Duck and Diesel, he bellowed. What were you thinking? Well, you see, sir, it was his... Well, beg your pardon, sir, but it was Diesel's fault. My fault? No, it was your fault. Silence, both of you. Neither of you are completely right in this situation. For your punishment, I am sending you both to a logging railway on the mainland to collect more Joby wood. Yes, sir. As the fat controller climbed back into Edward's cab and Edward puffed away, Diesel glared at Duck. This is all your fault, Duck, like always. Oh, so I made you fall off that bridge. My first day back was perfect, but no, you just had to ruin it, you and your Great Western pride. You always have to be the perfect engine, don't you, Duck? I'm sorry, Diesel. Just leave me alone, Duck. The next morning, all of the engines gathered to see Duck and Diesel off. A large cargo ship waited in the docks, ready to carry them to the mainland. As they waited, Salty rolled up beside them. What you need before you leave is a story. Oh, I would love a good story. No thanks, I'll pass. Arr. But this is the perfect one, mateys. Go on, then. Him. Many moons ago, there was a logging engine who was expected to arrive on another railway, but he never did. What happened to him? He got lost on an island covered in mist. Ha! An island covered in mist. What a ridiculous tale. Ah, but Misty Island is real, lad. No one knows if it still exists. But strange things happen on the sea. Some say it's still out there, waiting to be found. Huh, what a load of nonsense, a ghost island. If you say so. Soon, Duck and Diesel was carefully loaded onto the cargo ship. With a loud blast of its horn, the ship began its journey across the sea. As the docks disappeared from view, Diesel sighed. So, Duck, what is it now, Diesel? Look, I'm sorry for getting us into this mess. Duck blinked in surprise. Wow, you finally admit it. Yeah, well, maybe, yeah. I just wanted to say, no matter what happens on this journey to the logging railway, promise me one thing. And what's that? We get through this together. Sounds fair, Diesel. Now, good night. Good night, Duck. That night, the water was restless. Thick fog rolled in like an approaching storm, swallowing the ship in a blanket of gray. The only sounds were the leaping waves and the occasional creak of the hoil as it cut through the water. On the bridge, the captain and sailor were locked in a heated argument. I'm telling you, we're off course. Nonsense! I've sailed those waters plenty of times. We'll be fine. But he hadn't sailed through this fog. No one had. What was that? Don't tell me we've hit something. But before he could finish, another sickening groan echoed through the ship as the vessel lurched to one side. Crates and barrels trembled across the deck, smashing open as the ship's crew shouted in alarm. Then, without warning, something ruptured beneath them. Steam hissed, wood splintered, and suddenly the whole ship tilted violently. The engine slid helplessly as water rushed in. Duck barely had time to register what was happening before his vision went black. Oh, where are we? This ain't Sodor. This ain't even the mainland. Diesel, what happened? Oh God, oh no, Duck. 1 minute we were on that ship and the next, well, we were here. This place, it's nothing like Sodor or even the mainland. It's so misty and wild. Where are we? Wherever we are, I don't like it. And I've got a bad feeling about this. Well, sitting here won't get us anywhere. Maybe it's best we start looking around. See if we can find anyone who can tell us where we are. Fine. But let's be quick about it. I'd rather not spend any more time here than we have to. With that, the two engines puffed slowly forward, scanning the misty landscape as they ventured into the unknown. Duck and Diesel continued to puff down the misty tracks when a distant whistle echoed through the fog. They exchanged uneasy glances and quickly came to a stop. Suddenly, a shadowy engine sped past them. What was that? I don't know, but maybe we should follow him. Huh, you know, Diesel, that's actually a good idea. Clever thinking. Don't sound so surprised. The two engines puffed ahead, rounding a bend. There, right in front of them, stood three strange engines. What the? Who are you guys?
My name's Ferdinand, and these two are Bash and Dash.
The smaller engines whistled excitedly. Beg your pardon, but do you mind telling us where we are?
You're on Misty Island, folks.
Well, at least now we know where we are. Pleased to meet you, Ferdinand. The name's Montague, but most call me Duck.
Pleasure to meet you too, Duck. And who's your friend?
This is Diesel, though I wouldn't exactly call him my friend. Let's just say we're stuck with each other for now. Yes, hello, Diesel muttered, sounding less than thrilled. And for the record, the feeling is mutual.
Diesel, nice to meet you too. Anyways, how about I show you around the island?
Huh! I don't need a tour! Oh, come on, Diesel. It might be fun, plus you'd probably get lost on this big island. Fine. I'll follow your lead, Ferdinand. And so the engines set off together. Ferdinand led them through the dense forest, past tall trees and over rocky paths, eventually reaching the logging area.
Hello, old Wheezy. We've got visitors.
Ferdinand called out to an old rusted crane with a cranky demeanor moving a log. What do you want? Oh, well, that's one way of saying hello. Stay out of my way, I have work to do. At that moment, old Wheezy threw a log, accidentally hitting Diesel. Diesel was shocked. You did that on purpose. It's not my fault, I'm broken. Oh, yeah, sure. Jerk. Sorry about that. I'm Duck, by the way. Don't waste your breath on that rusted old heap. It's alright, Duck. Duck and Ferdinand puffed ahead, leaving Diesel to sulk for a moment before reluctantly following.
You're probably wondering where you'll be staying tonight. How about I show you to your shed?
Yes, please. That would be lovely. Diesel, on the other hand, stayed unusually quiet. It was getting dark by the time they reached the sheds. Those sheds are awfully old, don't you think? Personally, Diesel, I don't mind, unless you want to sleep outside. Certainly not.
Well, good night, you two. You've got a long day of work tomorrow. I've got my own shed to sleep in. Plus, I need to check on Bash and Dash to make sure they're not causing any trouble.
With that, Ferdinand puffed away, leaving Duck and Diesel in the old sheds. Good night. As Duck and Diesel tried to settle in, Diesel became more uneasy. I don't trust him, Duck. Why ever not, Diesel? He seems, well, suspicious. Oh, please, you're just paranoid. I'm being serious. With that, both engines reluctantly went to sleep. The next morning, the engines were woken up by Ferdinand.
I'm awake.
Rise and shine, sleepyheads. You've got work to do.
Alright then, sure, whatever. The engine soon followed Ferdinand to the logging station.
Alright, Duck, you'll be shunning the Joby wood. Diesel, my friend, I've got a special line for you to work on.
Okay, see you later, Duck. See you later, Diesel. Diesel soon reached his destination. As he arrived, he saw a very unsafe-looking bridge ahead. It looked like it could collapse at any moment. He seen Bash and Dash on the other side. Guys, what's wrong with this bridge? It doesn't look very safe.
Oh, that's just a shake bridge. It's really safe. Trust me. Yeah, it's actually quite fun.
Safe? Fun? You sure about that?
Come on, Diesel, don't tell me you're afraid of heights.
I am not afraid. I just don't like the way it shakes. It's uncomfortable.
Don't worry, Diesel. We'll be right here with you. Emotional support all the way. One little step at a time, or in our case, puff at a time.
Diesel was taken aback by their encouragement. Really? You're gonna help me? Diesel reluctantly started to roll onto the bridge. Okay, just keep moving. Don't look down. Bash, Dash, the bridge, it's breaking!
Just keep going, Diesel. You're doing great. Don't look down.
I can't do this. Let me off the bridge, please.
You're already halfway, Diesel.
Yeah, but I know the first half is safe, but the second half is terrifying. Bash and Dash tried to encourage him, but Diesel was stuck in his fear. I can't, please. Just then, Diesel imagined Duck there, encouraging him to keep going. You can do this, Diesel. Just keep going. You've got this. Slowly but surely, he moved forward, step by step. And before he knew it, Diesel made it to the other side. I actually did it! I can't believe it!
Well done, Diesel, that'll do. You really showed the bridge who's boss.
Diesel couldn't help but feel a sense of pride. For the first time in a while, he had faced his fears and came out victorious. The Fat Controller sat at his desk in his office, tidying up some paperwork. The clock ticked away in the background, the office quiet except for the occasional rustling of the papers. Just as he was about to finish, the telephone rang. Yes, hello, this is Sir Topham Hatt speaking. You mean Duck and Diesel have not arrived at the logging railway? I see. I understand. Goodbye.
Excuse me, sir. Is everything alright?
No, it is not. You see, Mr. Ermintrout just called. Duck and Diesel never arrived at the logging railway, which means they're missing.
I understand, sir.
Now, good night, Mr. Bennett.
Good night, sir.
I have to find them. I hope they're alright. Early the next morning, the Fat Controller arrived at the newly built rescue center. Ah, Captain, just the lifeboat I needed to see. Duck and Diesel never made it to the logging railway. They're missing, and I need your help to search for them.
Don't worry, sir. I can handle anything.
I appreciate that, Captain, but please take it slow. We need to be careful.
Sure thing, sir. I will get there in no time. Full steam ahead.
The two set out to sea. As they traveled, the Fat Controller noticed the boat rocking more than usual. As Captain's speed increased, the Fat Controller began to feel uneasy. Captain, slow down. If you don't, I might tip over. Captain, however, ignored his request. Captain, what on earth are you doing? Stop! Then disaster struck. Captain lurched, and before the Fat Controller could react, the boat tipped over. Luckily, no one was hurt, thanks to the Fat Controller wearing his life jacket. That was a very silly thing of you to do, Captain. I could have drowned if I was not wearing my life jacket. Eventually, the Fat Controller went back to dry land and found a nearby telephone box. He quickly dialed a number. Hello, this is Sir Topham Hatt. I need to arrange for a boat to tow my new rescue boat. Captain, can you send someone to help? The voice on the other end confirmed the request, and the Fat Controller made the arrangements. Not long after, Captain was towed back to the rescue center. I shall leave you here in your shed, Captain, until you learn how not to be so cocky. As he turned to leave, the Fat Controller couldn't help but to feel a lingering sense of worry. He had hoped Captain's search would bring better results as he strolled away. I wonder how I can find them. Yes. Perhaps I should ask Edward. Later that evening, Duck and Diesel were having a quiet conversation with old Wheezy. Diesel, who had slowly started to warm up to the old crane, noticed that old Wheezy was acting a bit strange. Duck, too, sensed something was off. Is everything okay, old Wheezy? Yeah, perfectly fine. If you say so. Just then, Ferdinand puffed up and came to a stop in front of old Wheezy.
Hello, you two. Everything alright?
Yes, but Ferdinand, old Wheezy's been acting a bit strange, don't you think?
He's probably just overworked. Right, old Wheezy?
Yes, exactly what it is.
You two shouldn't worry about it. Now, if you don't mind, I need to speak with old Wheezy in private.
Sure, we'll head out. Goodbye, old Wheezy. Goodbye, Diesel. Goodbye, Duck.
Now you've got them suspicious. I've got an important task for you, old Wheezy. I need you to knock that blasted Diesel off the rails.
What? I won't. I refuse.
Figured you would. Well, you should say goodbye to a crane arm, then.
No, please, I'll do it. Just don't remove my arm.
That's a good crane. Just remember, I won't be so generous next time.
I knew that Steamy was up to no good. This is worse than I thought I have to warn Duck. Duck! I'm awake, Diesel. What is it? It's Ferdinand. I overheard him talking to old Wheezy. About what? He wants to knock me off the rails. It's true, Duck. You've got to believe me. Oh, that's ridiculous, Diesel. Ferdinand would never do that. I'm telling you, Duck, he's planning something. Huh! You Diesels and your lies, I swear. I'm not sharing a shed with a lawyer. I'm out of here. Fine, puff away, Duck. You never listen anyway. Always so quick to judge without even considering the truth. One day you'll see I'm right. But by then, it will be too late. After Duck was gone, Diesel was left alone, pondering over the conversation he had with Duck. I know something's wrong. I saw it myself. Duck might not believe me, but that doesn't change what I know, and I'm not just going to sit back and ignore it.
Hello, Diesel. What's the matter?
It's just, I got into a fight with Duck.
What was it about?
Oh, it was nothing really.
We can tell something's up. You can tell us. Promise.
Diesel sighed heavily, knowing that they wouldn't let it go, so he reluctantly told them about overhearing Ferdinand's conversation with old Wheezy.
Oh, that is odd. Look, Diesel, Ferdinand's not all what he seems. He's a master manipulator, but I'm sure you already know that from what you told us.
Was he always like this?
No, not always.
Oh, do tell.
Back in 1897, Ferdinand was fresh out the works. He was one of the best workers on the line in California, and we all thought of him as a friend.
What happened?
One day, he had a crash. He was pulling a train of cars, trucks, as the British called them, when it all went wrong. He couldn't stop in time and ended up colliding with the train's coaches. A lot of people died that day. Ferdinand was badly damaged. After that, when he finally returned to service, he found out that the logging railroad had replaced him with a new identical engine. He snapped after that. He was never the same.
Don't you get it? We're just scrap waiting to happen. They'll toss us aside the moment we're not useful anymore, just like they did to me. And you two will be next.
Ferdinand, maybe it's not like that. Maybe we still have a chance. We just have to prove we're useful, right?
Prove it to who? No one cares about us. We're forgotten, left to rust, unless we do something about it.
That evening, he came to us and told us we had to leave. He convinced us that they'd replace us next, so we followed him. We left America, sailed across the sea, and ended up here on Misty Island. Back then, there weren't many wells, but over time, the native tribe built them up.
So Ferdinand was like that because of what happened to him?
Yes, but you need to be careful, Diesel. There is a tunnel here, one that leads back to your railroad.
A tunnel? You're serious?
Yes, very serious. We didn't tell you about it sooner because we wanted to make sure you were ready.
Diesel's mind raced. A chance to leave, to escape the island and all of the chaos, but then he had to think of Ferdinand and what he might do next. He needed to act fast before Ferdinand took any more drastic steps. He started to oil away. Goodbye, you two.
Goodbye, Diesel.
Duck puffed along the uneven tracks of Misty Island, his mind still racing about his earlier conversation with Diesel. He needed a moment to clear his thoughts and find shelter for the night. As he followed the winding rails, he spotted an old, abandoned shed, particularly hidden by overgrown bushes. As he came to a stop, he was surprised to see Ferdinand inside.
Hello, Duck. What brings you here?
Oh, he needed a place to sleep for the night. Diesel seems to think you're up to something, that you're dangerous. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he's right.
What? That is a ridiculous assumption, Duck.
However do you mean?
I'm not the one who's evil. You've got it all wrong. It's Diesel. He's the one spreading lies about me. After all, he's the one who started all this mess, isn't he?
How did you know that?
I know way more than you think, Duck.
Listen, Ferdinand, I need to ask you something.
Sure thing, Duck.
Do you know how I can get off this island? My controller is probably worried sick about me. And that blasted Diesel got me into this mess in the first place, knocking that Joby wood into the sea.
Well, if you really are in need of Joby wood, maybe you could take some back with you.
Really? That would be a great help, but how would I do that? Not all of the log flatbeds would fit onto the ship.
You could always take the tunnel.
Wait, you're telling me there's been a tunnel on this island this whole time?
As a matter of fact, I just forgot about it.
Duck was still processing this when Ferdinand suddenly puffed forward.
Come on, let's get going, shall we?
But what about Diesel?
He'll find his way back to Sodor.
If you say so.
Enough worrying about him. We've got a tunnel to find.
Something about Ferdinand's tone sent a shiver down Duck's boiler. As they coupled up to the log flatbeds, Duck couldn't shake the growing suspicion that something wasn't right. Ferdinand, are you sure Diesel will be okay?
Yes, I am. Now quiet, you. Do you ever shut up?
I only ask a simple bloody question. What's gotten into you, Ferdinand? But Ferdinand didn't answer. Instead, he picked up speed, his expression darkening. Ferdinand, slow down! But Ferdinand only grinned, an unsettling gleam in his eyes.
You'll come to find, Duck, that there's more to me than you think.
The tunnel loomed ahead, its entrance dark. Duck's wheels skid as he tried to slow down. But Ferdinand kept pushing forward. Then, just as they reached the entrance, Ferdinand stopped. What's so funny?
Oh, Duck, you really thought I was helping you. Hate to break it to you, Mr. Great Western himself, but this tunnel's been blocked for years.
No.
Yes. Now goodbye, Duck.
Wait! Ferdinand's crew leaped from his cab and knocked Duck's driver and fireman out of his. You won't get away with this.
I'm afraid I already have.
With that, Ferdinand puffed away, leaving Duck stranded in the tunnel, alone with no way out. And now, Ferdinand had one last loose end to deal with: Diesel. Suddenly, a deep, familiar horn echoed through the tunnel. Duck's eyes widened as the sound grew closer. Diesel, is that you? Why, yes, it is me, Duck. Bash and Dash told me about this tunnel. But I didn't expect to find you here, though. Oh, thank Great Western, Diesel. Listen, we need to get out of here. Ferdinand, he's... But before Duck could finish, a loud whistle shrieked through the air.
What the? I'm afraid you're coming with me, Diesel.
No, I'm not, you brute! I don't think I can hold on much longer. Come on, Doc. We have to help him. Right. Duck forced every last bit of steam he had. Together, Duck and Diesel pushed back. Ferdinand's smirk faltered.
No.
Is he done? I think so. Edward Murdoch, you found us! Duck cried. Standing inside of Edward's cab was the Fat Controller. Indeed, we did. The Fat Controller never gave up on looking for you two. The Fat Controller stood tall in Edward's cab, his face filled with relief. I knew something was wrong whenever you two never arrived at the Logan Railway. Now, we need to get out of here quickly. What was that? Edward's driver looked around. The tunnel's unstable. We have to move now. Edward, couple up to them.
We're not gonna make it.
Yes, we will. And together, Murdoch and Edward pulled Duck and Diesel out of the tunnel. Just in time. Haha, we did it.
We're alive.
Well done, everyone. Just doing our job, sir. Murdoch let out a deep breath. That was too close for comfort. Got to say, Diesel, me and you made a pretty good team back there. I owe you one big time.
You owe me. I think we both owe them.
Now let's get you two back to Knapford. As Knapford Station finally came into view, Edward gently applied his brakes, slowing the engines to a steady stop at the platform. With a final hiss of steam, his driver uncoupled him and Murdoch from Duck and Diesel, allowing them to ease forward and come to a rest nearby. For a moment, there was silence, as the familiar hum of the station surrounded them. Passengers chatting, porters calling out destinations, and the distant clatter of shunting trucks. Neither Duck nor Diesel spoke. At last, Diesel broke the silence.
Duck, I need to say something. All those years ago, when I first came to Sodor, I lied about you to the trucks, to the other engines. I wanted them to think you weren't really useful. I wanted to push you out. I thought I was leading some revolution. Like I was going to change everything, show everyone that diesels were better. But the truth is, I didn't even understand what I was going up against. I was too busy trying to prove something, trying to prove myself to realize that being really useful ain't about who's stronger, faster, or even more modern. It's about knowing when to ask for help, and I never did.
Oh, I remember you were so caught up in proving yourself that you didn't stop to ask whether those trucks could be moved.
You let me struggle with them.
You never asked me.
Listen, Duck, I'm not asking for forgiveness. I just thought you should know.
Oh, well, it's about time. I suppose I wasn't exactly fair to you too, either. You were the first Diesel I ever met. And after everything that happened, I let that shape my opinion of you. Maybe I should have given you a fair chance from the start.
Maybe we both were wrong.
Maybe we were.
You know, Duck, you're quite a useful engine.
Oh, what? Me being useful? No, you're the useful one, Diesel.
I disagree. We are both equally useful. How is that?
Sounds fair to me.
Just then, the Fat Controller walked up to the two engines.
Duck and Diesel, you did something incredible today. You worked together and you helped save each other. That is the kind of teamwork that I like to see on my railway. In a rare display of excitement, the Fat Controller tossed his top hat into the air. It landed on the platform and rolled onto the tracks. Duck and Diesel stared in surprise. Sir, your hat, Duck exclaimed. The Fat Controller simply chuckled. Ho, I can always have another hat. But I can't have another Duck and Diesel. Sir, there's something else. While we were on Misty Island, we met two engines, Bash and Dash. They helped us. They've been stuck there for a long time, but they can still be useful if we gave them a chance. The Fat Controller raised an eyebrow. Bash and Dash, I don't believe I've ever heard of them before.
They came from overseas,
Diesel added.
They left America, sailed across the sea, and ended up on Misty Island. They may be a bit rough around the edges, but they're willing to work. They just need guidance.
The Fat Controller stroked his chin and thought. If what you say is true, then perhaps it's time we bring them to Sodor properly. Just then, a familiar whistle echoed through the station. Everyone turned to see Thomas steaming in, looking urgent. Sir, I have news. Captain found an engine washed up near the Sodor Search and Rescue Center. He's in terrible shape, but he won't be causing trouble anytime soon. Duck and Diesel exchanged knowing glances at each other. Oh, an engine? Diesel's expression darkened. That must be Ferdinand. He was in the tunnel when it collapsed. The Fat Controller's face grew stern. Then we must see to it that he's recovered, but under close supervision. I won't take any chances, he exclaimed, as his gaze slowly settled on Thomas. He had already been planning to visit Captain later that day to discuss his reckless behavior. But now, hearing about Ferdinand's condition, he hesitated. Captain, he muttered to himself, perhaps this is a wake-up call for you. He turned to Thomas. Thomas, take me to Captain's shed at once. It's time he and I had a proper conversation. The Fat Controllers soon climbed into Thomas's cabin. They made their way towards the rescue center. When they finally arrived, the Fat Controller stepped down. Captain, who was still looking guilty, was resting inside his shed. The Fat Controller walked in slowly, his stern gaze fixed on the boat. Ah, Captain, have you learned your lesson?
Yes, sir. I was reckless. You told me to be careful, and I didn't listen. I let my impatience get the best of me, and because of that, I put us both in danger.
That's right. I trusted you with an important task, Captain. To help search for Duck and Diesel, but instead of thanking, you rushed ahead, ignoring my orders. Because of that, you nearly capsized, and I was thrown into the water.
I just wanted to find them quickly. Sir, I thought speed would help, but I wasn't thinking about the risks.
Rescue work ain't about being the fastest, Captain. It's about being responsible and reliable. You could have put yourself and me in serious danger. And worst of all, while you were busy showing off, Duck and Diesel were still out there, stranded on Misty Island, waiting for help.
I understand now, sir. I let my pride get in the way, but I won't make that mistake again. I want to do my job properly. Not to show off, but to help those who need me.
Good, that's what I wanted to hear.
I'm ready to work again, sir. And this time, I'll listen.
Then I'll give you another chance, but understand this. Trust must be earned. I need to be sure you've truly learned from this.
I won't let you down again, sir.
Excellent. That's good to hear, Captain. And with that, the Fat Controller climbed back into Thomas's cab. As they puffed away, Captain watched them go, determined to prove himself. Over the next few weeks, the Sodor Search and Rescue Center was finally completed, thanks to the help of Bash and Dash, now repaired and repainted. The project was finished at last. You two have a lot to learn, Edward told them, but I think you'll fit in well here.
We promise to behave. Mostly.
Dash added with a laugh. The Fat Controller stepped forward, addressing everyone gathered at the rescue center. Today marks a new beginning for Sodor. We've faced challenges, but we've come through them stronger than before. Let this rescue center stand as a reminder that when we work together, no engine, steam, or diesel is ever truly alone. A chorus of whistles and horns filled the air as engines from all over Sodor celebrated the occasion. As it continued, Edward turned to the Fat Controller. And what about the tunnel to Misty Island, sir? It's already being repaired. Once it's safe, it will serve as a proper connection between Sodor and Misty Island. There will be no more getting lost at sea. Duck and Diesel exchanged a glance. After everything they had been through, it was good to know that Misty Island would no longer be a mystery, but a true part of their railway. You know, I never thought I would say this, but maybe this island ain't so bad after all.
Ho, you better not go soft on me, Diesel.
Oh, don't worry, I'll still be devious Diesel, just a little less devious. The two engines laughed, their rivalry finally put to rest.
Enjoy your laughter while it lasts, steamers. Soon you'll be laughing on the other side of your boilers. Oh, good look at you, Diesel. All buddies with the penny are now pathetic. You used to have a spin, you used to have pride. But I guess not all diesels are built to last. This railway is changing, but not in the way you think. I have plans that will shake Sodor to its axles.